So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So I thought I would continue today with our Millie Marotta Lion. As I said in my book review, which probably not all of you have read or watched, I was unfortunately quite busy the last few weeks, and so whilst I was busy I didn't have a lot of time for my colouring stuff, so I worked more on just reading my review books when I could and doing stuff like that. But I'm now back. I'm really hoping to get into this and try and get ahead before Christmas. Try and get ahead so that there's stuff going up all over Christmas, because obviously we're not always available over Christmas, so that's my goal now. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on this and continue with our lion here. So I'm thinking if I can, I'm going to try and do at least half this section, split it into two sections that will be slightly longer. As I said, as you notice here, over here we've finished our background, and as I said, that was just done with the Uniball Signo gel pen pretty much. So yeah, I think I'm just going to basically work on trying to finish this in the next two parts, because I'm hoping to get, well, I've got coming Millie Marotta's, I guess, combined colouring book from HarperCollins Australia, but unfortunately it seems like it's gotten lost in the mail because I had issues with the posties stuff recently. So I'm hoping, I was told if it hasn't arrived by the end of this week, contact her and she'll resend it. So I'm hoping to get this done in two parts, and then we'll probably start a piece from that book, as well as our fish and everything else we're doing. I've also got Joanna Basford's World of Flowers on pre-order, so I'm not quite sure when I will get that, but when I do, I'll be adding in a colour along from that book as well. So yeah, I really hope you'll enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it because it's been too long since I did this. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to remember colours. Like, I sort of can't remember all colours, but yeah. Yeah, we'll work it out as we go anyway. If I have to, I'll just stop and re-watch to find it out, but I'm pretty certain I know the colours used in this one, the colours are used in these ones here, and the colours in these little skinny sections, but then I am going to have to go back and probably go over some of the ones just to remember the colours. Actually, I might do that quickly before we start. So yeah, I'm just gonna pause this here, and I think I'm actually going to just quickly go and just skim through the finished videos and write down the colours for the exact leaves so that I've got a clear idea for the rest of the video, so I'm not having to keep going back and correcting myself. And I will see you back very soon. So hey everyone, I'm back. So it took me a little while to go through and work out what was what with our list of things, but I've done it now. It's kind of weird leaf descriptions, but meh. We got what we got. So yeah. It kind of looks like that one has just been finished with orange too, but I don't think so. I think it had sand colour go into it. Some of the colours started rubbing off a few spots as we've gone, so no, it does look like it's got sand in it. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to start straight away with our Prismacolor Premier Sepia PC948, and I'm going to do what I did last time and do all the colours in sepia that have sepia, and then all the colours that have Tuscan Red, etc, etc. So we're going to start with it that way, remembering, I think if I remember, our light source is sort of coming from this direction. I hope I'm remembering correctly. But yeah. So the camera battery died. I feel like I've gone all over the place with that one and it hasn't worked out very well. But do the best you can do, I guess. Oh, excuse me, I'm starting to feel tired. I slept in late-ish, but it's getting towards the end of the day here, and yeah. So we're coming in with our Sepia PC948 still. We want to do that down sort of along these clear open areas. We kind of want to bring the sepia colour along those. This here looks like a different type of leaf, but just up here, but what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to separate it rather than trying to work out a new colour and that. So I'm actually going to bring in our Tuscan Red PC937, and I want to bring that up through this stem area here, and then I want to bring in our black PC935 and just go over that reddish sort of colour to create that shadow area. And then we're going to come back to our Sepia PC948 and continue from there, making sure you have your little lighter area for blending it all in together as much as possible. So I'm not sure if I will get a video up today, just because I am just back kind of thing from being busy, and this may take a while, and it's already late in the day. So I'll see how it goes as to if I actually manage to get it up today or not. I'm going to bring a bit of a sepia along the spine. As you'll notice, the pencil's not very sharp, but as usual I am not sharpening it currently because I don't want to waste it too much, because as said, they aren't cheap to replace in Australia. If you're lucky, you can find them a decent price for single replacements, but it's not always that lucky. I'm just going to turn this one into like a solo one, even though it's a bit like one of the others. So this one's a bit different to the others, but I've just decided I'll just do it the same as these non-stemmed solo leaves with our sepia, and hopefully I'll remember how to do that for future ones, but yeah. It's kind of a bit, I feel like the pencils are very chunky at the moment because they're not sharpened to a fine point, but yeah, I just, as you all know, I don't like to waste the lead if I can avoid it. I'm just going to swap this around just to where we're colouring. Going over things like that is not what I want to do either. Or far in like that. I'm just going to sharpen it, stuff it. It's a lot easier to control when it is a bit sharper. It is, it's a lot easier to control and get the lines where you want them and stuff like that, so that's why I decided to stuff it. I'm just going to sharpen it. I'm kind of starting to slowly get over the fact of not sharpening it when I need it sharp to actually get the details where I want and how I want, because I'm starting to discover that it doesn't always work out how you want it when it's not sharp or doesn't have a point. It doesn't always work out that way, so it's kind of like I'm starting to feel like it's better to be able to achieve the details I want and sharpen the pencil and then just replace it, rather than trying to muck around and getting frustrated with things not working how you want because you're reluctant to sharpen the pencil. This is working much nicer and much better now, because I was starting to get frustrated before, but now I'm not so frustrated because I've got a I've got it working how I want it to just from sharpening it. There we go, now you can see it. That's what I've learnt anyway, or am learning. I'm always learning new things, even as I do tutorials and stuff. And that's not a bad thing by any means. Just remembering to make sure you got your little light areas off those dark lines to allow for better blending. going to move the eggs out of the way so that I can have this where you can see it. There we go. I'm not going to worry too much about the light sepia areas in this part here, just for now, because of the fact that it will kind of have the Tuscan Red and stuff going into it. I'm thinking I'm going to have to swap it around to do these lines again there, so. Excuse me. I'm wondering if I have that on the wrong side. I should probably have it on that side. Because there I've got the shadows on that side, and yet this side, I've probably put the shadows on slightly the wrong side there. They should probably be on this upper side. Nah, oh well. What's done is done. It'll still work. Because it's not like it's not still coming down from this sort of direction anyway, so it'll work. And for this side, we're going to go here and along the spine sort of area up the top there. Adding in our little light blending sort of area. Hello, Lils. Love you, darling. Lily just snorted at me. I'm gonna leave this big fat one here and I'll probably come back to it last or next time, just because I've got to draw it in. So I'm gonna try and finish the sepia first and then I'll come back to that one after. Got an interruption anyway briefly, so we're going to come in with our Tuscan Red PC937 and we want to fill in the rest of this. Like, it kind of is like the spiny type leaves, like those little ones, but I'm just treating them the same as the solo leaves because, yeah, I just don't want to have to keep changing things, I guess you could say. So yeah, and then we want to come in with that black PC935 and we want to go over the Tuscan Red area. There's another spot down here that I'm going to do too while we're at it. So we want a Tuscan Red PC937. We want to bring that all the way through this part. And I can't see any other leaves like that right now, so yeah. And then we want to bring our black PC935 and colour it over the Tuscan Red. Bring that blend of the Tuscan Red and black together. And then we want to come back to our Sepia PC948 and continue with that. Just doing it on all the sides where there would be our shadows. And then bring our other colours in on top of that as we go further. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there for a minute and I'll be back shortly just because we're getting to the end of our camera time. So I will be back shortly and we'll continue on with our sepia. So hey everyone, I'm back. So first things first, I've noticed another spot that I want to fill in here. And so we're going to use our Tuscan Red PC937 and fill in this area too. If I've missed more, I'll just fill them in as I go. So if you just see me switch suddenly without saying something, it's just because I found another one to fill in. Then we want our PC935 in the black. And we want to use that to fill in over our Tuscan Red. Then what I've got here, I've actually got my Faber-Castell 2B pencil out whilst I was waiting, and I thought so that I can draw the lines in for this one. And there we go. Then as we continue with our sepia, we can just fill in those lines. So now we're going back to our sepia, PC948, and what we're going to do is, add it in from this back area here with our sepia. And there go the next door dogs. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but they're going crazy next door. And we want to add our little bit of light area in around them. I'm probably not going to get this done and finished for uploading today, I'm thinking. But I'll do my best. So with these ones I'm bringing it along the bottom of the pieces, or the strips or leaves or Well, they're kind of leaves, but they're part of the lion's mane, I guess you could say. So I think I'm actually going to pause it for a bit because I'm sort of feeling a bit funny in the head, so I'm just going to pause and I'm gonna rest. I'll probably come back to it tomorrow morning just because I'm sort of, yeah, not feeling up to the rest right now. I really want to keep going with it, but yeah, I think I just need to pause it for now and come back to it later. So yeah, I really hope you're enjoying this so far, and I will be back a bit later to continue it. And I'll see you then. So hey everyone, I'm back. So I'm going to keep going here with our Prismacolor Premier Sepia PC948, and we want to keep bringing that down, I guess, these sort of shadow areas. And I'm just quickly going to turn this down a little. Whoops! Roll and hit the table. Good one, me. That's better though. We'll do a bit of our little light source areas along the spine of the leaf and some of these stretches. Oh, veins. That's it. So I'm trying to get things back ahead with this. I also have a book review. Well, I've got to do it, but I'll be working on getting a book review up for Carve the Mark soon, because I finished that one today. I did one, but it wasn't much good, so I kind of got rid of it, and I'll redo it. I will. So what I'm going to do with this one, because it's different again, I'm actually going to draw a brown stripe through this and turn it into one of our leaf ones. I am. I'm probably going to finish it along this area, I'm considering. I'm going to fill this one in similar to the vein ones as well, even though it's a slightly different leaf again too. So I'm going to finish it along where that leaf here is, and just do these leaves how they go. And there's our sepia done. So next we want to come in with our Tuscan Red, our PC937, and we want to bring that over all the sepia as well as in these little leaves here, which is where the Tuscan Red starts. Oops, that one wasn't supposed to have Tuscan Red. Well, I guess since it's slightly different, we'll just do it differently. I guess we will. I guess we'll just do it differently since that one wasn't meant to have the Tuscan Red, because it does look different anyway with the leaf, so we'll just do it different. Guess that's what happens when you try doing stuff when you're tired. And I'm going to do this just a different colour scheme because of the fact that it is a different type of leaf. Now I was going to do it the same, but oh well, mistake's been made, or maybe it wasn't a mistake in the end. It'll just be done differently, and that's not a bad thing. So this little one here is non-Tuscan Red. For a minute there I was thinking all of these ones had to have Tuscan Red in them, but they don't. Some are non-Tuscan Red. So we're just blending it over all the colours as usual. So those three there don't have colour on it. So I'm just saying that partly out loud so I don't get confused and do the same thing again. Same for this one here, it doesn't have colour on it. It doesn't have Tuscan Red on it, I mean. So I'm actually just going to pause for a minute and I'll be back shortly. So we're back, so we're just continuing with our Tuscan Red PC937 and we're continuing on, well, just the leaves that have Tuscan Red in it. So this is another one here that doesn't have Tuscan Red, but this one here does. So I'm just going to pause for a second. I've just got something I want to look at because there's parts of the line here where I've done the mane where it looks different to the other parts. So I just want to have a quick look for a minute and I will be back. So I'm back. So I was just going to show you. So this is what I'm looking at that I'm noticing is different. Down here it looks a lot darker than up here. Up here actually looks a lot lighter, which I guess would kind of make sense considering our light source is coming from up this area. But I didn't realise quite how different some of those shadows were for the same leaves. So yeah, it's kind of, I guess, interesting that that is the case. But looking at it, I feel it works even if it wasn't a deliberate effort. So I think probably what I'm going to try and do if I can is try and bring the shades in more like this again as we go down over this side to this underneath area over here of the lion's mane. I think I'm going to try and bring in the darker oranges and that again And I'm going to try and keep the lighter sands and shades of those colours up for this top area bit up here, because I feel, looking at that now, well, that would work in well because of where the light source is coming from, and I didn't realise I'd done it so differently till I was looking at it then, but I still feel it works. But yeah, it's different than it's kind of different between the top and the bottom area, even though I wasn't deliberately trying to do that. So yeah, sometimes happy mistakes happen, I guess. But so yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can get it similar as we bring it down with the next from the next one. I'll probably try and make that a lot darker, like the original first couple of lots doing that. And I'll probably try and make this bit here that I'm doing here, I'll probably try and make that lighter, like the top area, I'm thinking. We'll see how successful it is. As you all know, sometimes things don't turn out the way you want them to. Sometimes you get a happy accident that actually looks good, and I hadn't even noticed that till I was looking at it then. But yeah, sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're able to achieve the effect you want, sometimes you can't. So I'm just going to see how I go with getting it, and fingers crossed we will achieve it, but may not, so we'll just see how it plays out. But I'm going to try and do it that way if I can. I really am. Because I kind of like how the effect's gone, even though I didn't even realise that I'd done so. I really didn't. But at the same time, I like it. So I guess this lot was a happy accident. I'm just going to actually colour over this little one here and put the black over it as well. Just fill it in as a bit of the main. And then we're back to our Tuscan Red with these other ones. They're almost more pinkish, so I'm wondering if the difference is kind of having more of the Tuscan Red on it. It might be, but I'm not sure. It might also just be that I've actually filled it out with more orange, and it's mostly been finished with more orange than sand. Like, I think the sand's certainly been used, but I wouldn't have known the sand was being used unless I'd checked, which I usually check if I'm unsure. So I'm pretty certain the sand was used on those ones, but you can't see much of the orange on these ones, so I'm assuming that is what's different with those upper ones. I'm assuming, I'm not totally sure, but I'll just do my best to get it working if I can that way. If it doesn't work out that way, well, luck of the draw, I guess. It still looks good. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I think I have finished those ones. I think there's some sand in them, but yeah, there is some sand, but just not much. So that's the difference. There's more sand in those other ones than the orange ones. So Orange ones you just need to have maximise the orangey colour, and then the ones with that you want to be more sand slash light slash pinkish, it looks like you need to add more of the Tuscan Red and more of the sand and less of some of the other colours, so they come out more reddish, sandy-ish, lighter, from what I can tell. But I kind of worked out something new today too, so that's awesome! I'm still learning new things all the time, even while doing these videos. I think I'm just going to actually run the black over that upper one there because of the fact that it kind of just blends in anyway because there's not much of it. Then we're going to go back to our Tuscan Red PC937 and continue on from there. I'm just gonna look at this. Oops. just got a couple more of these little ones left and we're done with our Tuscan Red. So now we're done with our Tuscan Red. As you'll notice, we've left all these areas that don't, oops, except for one area we've missed with Tuscan Red. Need to go around this little stem area because this one actually does have Tuscan Red. Oops, it's some really thick lines. Just trying to hold off sharpening it because this one seems to like to break a lot with this pencil. But we'll just sharpen it a little bit and make it a bit easier, but it's still very thick lines because I've accidentally done it too thick. But these ones fortunately have a lot of, I guess, the reddy colour in them, so fortunately those big fat thick lines are covered or filled in, or whichever you'd call it. Okay, and there's our Tuscan Red. So now our Tuscan Red is done, so I'm going to stop there for a bit and then I'll come back next with our next colour. So I'll see you in a bit. So hey everyone, I'm back. So I didn't record yesterday, which was why there was a speed colouring up. I'm probably going to, I might do this video today and then try and go back to my schedule that I was doing. I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things after, shall we say, being busy. There probably will be times where I'm busy and I can't record as much, but I'm going to do the best I can. So I didn't record yesterday because we were having a heap of thunderstorms and rain and it tends to drown me out with the recording, so I figured there was no point doing it when I was just being drowned out. So I just worked instead on reading some of my review books, which I'm halfway through the second one in a series so that I can do the whole Carve the Mark / the Fates Divide review at once, and I'm really loving it. But yeah, so we're going to come back in with our Burnt Ochre PC943 and we want to do that over all our previous colours, and I want to try and leave space for some of our sand colour in here if possible, because of how it's kind of different between this upper area here and the bottom area. So I'm going to try to do what I can there. And yes, these ones do have burnt ochre, so let's just double checking first. So yeah, I'm glad to be back to it though, but I'm really enjoying the current book. I'll try to do a non-spoiler review, but I'm still working out how to do it because I'm kind of speechless with everything that's going on in it and loving it a lot. I'm a bit over halfway, but yeah, I highly recommend the Carve the Mark series by Veronica Roth. Like, I'm loving it. But yeah. So I'm going to try and do sort of that lighter area as much as possible with the Tuscan Red areas, so there probably won't be too much mineral orange in there. Like, there's not much space with some of those areas anyway, but we'll do the best we can. We will. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the books I'm currently reading. I can't wait to get on to more. Let's swap positions here a bit, and hopefully we can still see all of that. Yep, we can. Good. But yeah, I guess I'm still trying to get back in the swing of it all after being busy and stuff like that, so bear with me and I'll definitely get back there to posting videos most days like I want, and hopefully I can start working towards getting a bit ahead with it as well. So I'm gonna have to keep switching this one around this time to do the colour tones on it. And I just need a drink for a minute quickly, so I'm going to stop because I've just come back from a walk, from taking Lily for a walk, so I'll be back shortly. So I'm back. Sorry, I just was really thirsty after my walk because it's warming up now. Spring's here and it's turning into summer, and yeah, it's getting warm. So I'm not sure I'm going to get this exactly the same as the other section. For some reason that section over that side is quite a bit different to the bottom areas, and I don't know what I've done exactly. I've got a bit of an idea, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to totally replicate it, so we shall wait and see, I guess. I'm just trying to do minimal with some of these colours to try and see if I can get that same sort of pinkish tones. You know what I bet I've done? I think I might have gone over with the sand on the orange areas as well, which has lightened those up as well. It's a possibility. It might have been. I might have gone over some of the orange bits with the sand, which would lighten it up a bit. It is. May just all end up different. It may. But either way, I'm going to keep trying to work out what I did there so I could possibly use it in the future, because I'm not totally sure what I did. I just want to have a quick Yeah, I think I might have used the sand over that colour, but I'm not sure. I'll try it with these ones once we get to that. See if that was what I did. I'm not sure. Just a minute, sorry, I need to go and sort Lily out. Sorry, she was barking because she doesn't really like the next door neighbours and the dogs, and she was being protective of her bone. She was. Even though the neighbours do nothing when their dogs stir her up. They don't even come out when someone's walking past with their dog and their dogs start going crazy and trying to attack it. They won't even walk out and try and sort that out or apologise for it. They just leave them to have a go at the dog and the people that are walking past. But yeah. Not much I can do about it. So I'm just doing some light areas here. I'm probably going to have to, offload or download some of these videos to my computer and then continue, because we're getting close to running out of time on the card. I hope I can get this looking roughly similar as the top area, because as you'll notice it's quite different. This spot here is quite different to the other spot, so maybe it's just that it has a lot more of those pinky tones in that spot, I don't know, but I kind of like the change and I'm hoping I can sort of keep it going along this area, but I'm not sure, so I guess we'll see as we go. There's just little areas I'm trying to correct where the pencil colour's rubbed off. I can't wait till my friend's back and we can work on making, what is it, like the little pencil marker thing for over the top of the book, so I'm not having to rest my hand on the book at all and rub colour off, and as a result have to recorrect colours, because I can see spots all over this where colours have rubbed off. It's not nearly as bad as the polychromos, I've noticed. Polychromos is really, really bad for rubbing off particularly lighter colours, and regularly having to recorrect those, which doesn't help the truth of the paper. It seems to be worse than Prismacolor in that aspect. But then the other difference is with Prismacolor, it has all the little spots that sort of stain underneath pages and that, with pencil colour, whereas Faber-Castell doesn't seem to do that so much. So it's kind of, I guess, interesting, the differences. It is. And it's interesting to see those differences kind of in effect as I use the types of pencils more. And I can't wait to use more Derwent pencils and stuff in here as well. Because we've got Derwent Inktense, we've got Derwent Pro Color pencil. I'm thinking I'm going to start another one with the Derwent Studio pencils. I'll see as we finish up more pieces. I might start one with Derwent Studio. I shall definitely look into that. I don't have some pencil types right now, but if you want to recommend any you might like to see me using this in the future, if I can afford it, like I'm hoping I can afford a set of Derwent Lightfast eventually, I would love to get your thoughts on which are some good ones to sort of look into for the future. Like, it won't be happening anytime soon because, well, pencils aren't cheap, particularly here in Australia. But I'm always open to suggestions and opinions and as to what types you might like to see me use in the future if I can get some for colour alongs and art projects and stuff like that, particularly like Lightfast, which is partly why I really want to try the Lightfast pencils. And I can't remember if I used the orange or I think I used the brown there. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on what other pencil brands you use that you might be interested in seeing in the future if I ever get the chance on this channel. I would be. I'm probably not going to get this exactly the same, but I'm just going to do it and how it turns out is how it turns out kind of thing. But hopefully I can get it similar, but we should just wait and see, I guess. But yeah, I'm hoping eventually I can, at least, probably my first priority pencil wise is probably a set of Derwent Lightfast, if I can save up for it, because I really want to try the Lightfast pencils, because I really want to start working towards doing things like not just hand colouring photos but doing artwork, but having it last on the walls and stuff, which is why I'm sort of looking more into wanting to play more with Lightfast pencils so that I can actually achieve what I want there, I guess you could say. But yeah. We should just play with it all as we go. There is other things that I do want to add into this channel, but I'll just do that as I go, like with jewellery making or like hand colouring photos, or not particularly drawing but showing me colouring drawings that I have drawn, all of those sorts of things. But it's kind of time and I'm just going to work towards it. The colouring books won't be going anywhere because I still love doing my colouring books. It's nice not to have to worry about how to draw it and what to draw and all of that. It's nice to just be able to go ahead and colour. So colouring books will definitely be staying. The reason why there is being speed colourings of previous colour alongs going up is because I wanted a version of that for people who weren't so interested in the real-time colour alongs, that they wanted a speed version, which is why I have been putting up those ones. Unfortunately, the Joanna Basford This Page Belongs to Colour Along won't be able to have that go up because the first video I'm actually missing. I'm not sure where it's gone or what happened to it, but unfortunately it means that I won't be able to do that one, but future videos I can. I'm also thinking for the future I'm going to keep at least one Millie Marotta, one Joanna Basford involved in this channel at all times. I do have World of Flowers on pre-order, but I'm probably not going to get it on release date because it has to come from England, and Book Depository must, I'm not sure if they've gotten in trouble or something. They used to release things a month early, but now they don't seem to be doing that so much. So I'll have it when I have it, kind of thing. But I do intend on adding a colour along in that book in here. I also intend on adding a colour along from Millie's new book when it arrives, as unfortunately it seems to have gotten lost in the mail, and it's over a month since HarperCollins Australia sent it out. So I was told if it hadn't arrived by the end of last week or this week basically, to let her know, and she'll resend it, and it hasn't arrived unfortunately, so she's hopefully that'll be resent and I can start a colour along on that too. At least that's my hopes. So yeah, I do have more things I intend to add to this channel as we go, but right now we're still going to keep working on our previous things. Like I think after this one there'll probably be one more part and this line will be finished at last. But yeah, it's just, as you're probably all realising, it takes me, I tend to spend a lot of time on my colourings because I like spending time on it and taking the time to have them looking nice and looking good and just doing it that way. That's just me, I guess you could say. And that's how I like doing things. So it may mean that I don't get things out as regularly as some other colorists or YouTubers or whatever, but I'm going to keep doing my best, and I'm working towards getting back into a video every day of the week if I can. That's what my aim is anyway, so my aim is to get back to a video every day of the week, be it speed colouring, colour along. Like I'm aiming for at least 3 colour alongs a week, and speed colouring's the other day. Then book reviews on top of that will just come out any day of the week, so there'd just be 2 videos of that any day of the week. As I go, I may add in like 1 or 2 days a week, I may add in some hand colouring of photos and maybe a jewellery making video, and then just do the speed colour along and the real-time colour along on the same day. I will have to see how it goes with time because editing can take a bit of time at times. But yeah. I'm just gonna do my best to do things as I go, but I'm gonna try and keep the colour alongs there regularly, kind of thing. Like at least keep three colouring videos a week there. That's kind of my goal anyway, to try and keep at least 3 a week up with the real-time colour alongs, so with new colour alongs, and then still have speed colorings coming out and just to add other stuff into it as I go. But we'll see how time goes because it does take up quite a lot of time, but I love doing it at the same time, so it's worth it. And I'm also going to be trying to get ahead for over Christmas because Of course, I won't be around much come Christmas time because it is family time. So there's some areas here that are quite small that aren't going to have much in the way of the sand, but I'm still hoping I can get it looking similar, but I'm not totally sure. I think what I've done is actually use the sand in some of these over these ones that didn't have it, but I guess we'll find out soon enough if that's what I've done. I keep just going back trying to look at it and just rub a bit of colour over them at times because I notice spots are being removed, particularly from these ones that have been done for quite a while and have had colours over them. But yeah, can only do the best we can, and I look forward to eventually having something that means that I don't have to rest my hand on the paper at all, because that'll take a lot less colour off and be a lot better for producing pieces, I feel. Well, not just producing pieces, but colouring and everything in general, I feel. But yeah, I'll keep working on doing my best with it all anyway. I forgot to say too, welcome to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. My brain's not functioning today. It's not. Just doing our little light areas here. And I think this is going to take longer than the hour and 40 minutes, but we're just going to work towards finishing this section if we can. Here go the neighbours next door's dogs again. I don't know if you can ever hear them on these videos, but I really don't like them. Even the mailman said that he wouldn't trust them. So I'm back, everyone. So the camera battery died, and so I just decided, well, I might as well basically download the footage I have so that I can keep going with this, and hopefully we can get it finished in this lot of camera card time. So we're going to keep going with our burnt ochre PC943 here, and we've just got a few more little leaves in this section to go, and then we can start on our next colour. But I think it's coming out quite well so far. I'm quite happy with how it's coming out. So yeah, let's keep going. So I'm really trying to get sort of back on top of the videos and stuff again and ahead of things, so I'm sure I'll get there eventually. I'm doing what I love, and yeah, I'm not giving up on it, so I will definitely get there eventually. I'm just grateful to have the chance to work towards doing what I love in life. I hope I can really achieve it. Also, to all the new subscribers, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed these on my channel and you enjoy being here, and I'm so happy to see you here. Yeah, I really love having you all around. It's awesome. Why is it there's always motorbikes when I record? What do I do to and the motorbikes? There's always something that happens that interrupts my recording. Be it thunderstorms and rainy days or what? Oh well, just keep plodding forwards, that's all you can do. So yeah, probably one more part that's extended like this one will be, and we'll probably be finished with our lion. Wow, that's kind of like, So I'm hoping to do some chores, do some video edits like speed colouring edit, and maybe if I can try and get a second colour along done, but we'll see. If I don't get that done today, I can always do it tomorrow because I want to try and edit this one. I'm thinking I'll probably try and do a speed colouring for today, and then for tomorrow I will oh, hang on, I may have to change my schedule around a bit. I'll work it out. I might start with Mondays having... I'll work it out. I'll work it out. I want to get this one up and that sort of thing, so I'm trying to decide when I might get it up. It might be worth having it up on a Monday. Yeah, or I may just put it up today because I've been missing one for a week or so, so yeah, I might just get it up today. I might as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have to work on editing it anyway and stuff like that, so I'm gonna do the best I can anyway, because I'll have to edit this and I want to edit the speed colouring. I'm probably not going to get to a second video today like I was hoping now I think about it, because I've got some review reading to do, and if I want to do some of my chores, well, I guess I can always do some chores later, but I kind of do a lot of my review reading later, so I'll have to work it out in my head, I guess. I'll get there. But yeah, if I don't do another colour along today, I can always do it tomorrow anyway, so yeah, we'll work it out. Next we're going to come in with our Mineral Orange PC1033. I think with this one here, I'm going to leave it and just finish that one with sand. This one here is also sand. We want to leave room for the sand on a lot of these other ones though. We do. This one here is just sand to finish it with. This one here is both. So I'm trying to leave a bit of space as I can in there for our sand colour. That one's also sand, so any of these just brownie sort of ones, they're sand, they're not finished with the mineral orange. I'm trying to leave some sand room on these ones. Where it has the space to be left anyway. Yeah. I really love doing all of this. I just find myself insanely busy with it all and trying to work out how to fit it all in. I'm still trying to work out how to best sort of, I guess, fit it all in and do it so that I can sort of have it achieving what I want, kind of thing, I guess you could say. And just trying to work out a schedule to do it all and that sort of thing. And sometimes I get very confused because it's like I have so much that I want to do, and then I know I can't fit it all in the day, so I'm not sure what to do or what to leave or all of that. So yeah. Yeah, what I might do is finish this and then I can think about it after that and work out how to do it all. So I'm actually just going to pause this here for a minute and we'll be back and continue with our colours. But yeah, I'll just pause for a minute and be back. So I'm back. It's just taking a moment to think about it all, but I'm starting to get a bit of an idea of how I'm going to do things today, but yeah. I guess I have to remind myself, like my friend keeps telling me, that you can't do everything in a day, no matter how much you want to, and that not to be hard on myself because of it. So yeah, I can only do what I can do in a day. Which sometimes isn't as much as I'd like. It isn't, but I guess I can only do what I can do. Sometimes I keep thinking I can do everything in one day, and it's like, it's not possible, and then I get annoyed at myself because I didn't achieve everything I wanted. So I think I'm putting a bit of pressure on myself because I'm a little behind with things from being busy, but I guess I'll catch up eventually and it'll all be fine. It will. It'll all be fine eventually. That's right, this one's the orange, which I'm going to see if I can get it light like the other side again. Hopefully I can. Hopefully. just flip this around again. There we go. And next we're going to come in with our final colour, which is our sand PC940. We want to do that. I think I'm going to try doing it over every colour, see if I can get the lighter tones of this corner again like the others, and then have the darker tones where it's not done. I'm hoping this will work, but I guess we'll find out soon enough and see. And I'm just going to pause for a minute. I've just got something quickly I want to check on, so I'll be back in a minute. I think there's some areas where some of the colour's starting to rub off, but I'm not totally sure. Because I can kind of see spots, but yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like spots and spots where the colour isn't holding onto the paper as well, but I'm not totally sure. But then other areas I've actually had 2 layers on top of it and it's held without doing that, so I don't know. It might not be the case at all. It might just be because I'm feeling a bit tired. And hence, I'm thinking there's something going on when maybe there's not. I don't think we are going to get quite the same effect as last time. I don't think. But yeah. Maybe there's areas of pencil colour coming off on this lot. I'm just going to pause for a minute. I just want to look at some stuff. Okay, just had a look. It looks like it's kind of happened a little bit all over some of the areas, and just going over with the second layer has touched it up a little bit by the looks of it. So yeah. Can't quite work out why it's happening though. Maybe just too many layers. Maybe it's getting close to too many layers. wonder if it just looks different because it's got more of the pinky tone ones over that side. That's what I'm wondering now. It's really difficult along these edges because it's very easy to lift the paper up and separate the paper along them, I find. And that's just because you're colouring and damaging the paper as you bump along it, so I try to be careful along the edges.
I think we got one more left and that's it. Then we're done. Yeah, I think partly all it is that it just does look slightly lighter, but I'm not sure why, but yeah. So I'm just gonna zoom out a bit. So that's our line for this part. Probably in the next part I'll try and finish this last piece down here. Zoom out just a little more so you can see it. And yeah, so we'll probably try and finish this piece next part, and then that'll be our line finished. So yeah, I'm loving how it's coming out. I do notice this part here still seems lighter than everywhere else, so I'm not sure why. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe or comment, and I will see you next time. Bye!